Hey friends, Tim Shurr here, and I have created an amazing tool for you that is going to help you to uncover the hidden blocks and limiting beliefs that might be holding you back from enjoying more peace, from feeling like you're living a more fulfilling life. If there's goals that you want to accomplish and you feel like your focus or your motivation is just weighing, it's like you feel blocked by this invisible wall and you don't know what it is, or you know what it is, but you can't seem to get over it. I created this tool using the power of AI, artificial intelligence. The technology is so extraordinary, but people a lot of times don't know how to use it to find their limiting beliefs. And that's my specialty. I've been doing it for 30 years. I'm like the geek squad for your brain. I know how to get into your head, find those mental weeds, pull them out at the root, plant a flower instead, and watch you take off. Your success will take off. So many people are like, I wish I had something that I could use right now to help me gain clarity and to help me see what I'm not seeing. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could just take the coaching prompts that I would use during a session and just share that with you? And before, it would have been too complicated because you wouldn't have been able to find the answers you were looking for, probably just doing this on your own. Like when people try to journal and meditate, it's helpful, but it takes a long time. This is really fast and effective because the AI now will help you uncover ideas about yourself so lightning fast that it'll really blow your mind. I mean, it blew the hair right off my head. Okay, and so I'm gonna go through this with you right now and show you this tool that I created. It's in a PDF, right? And so all you gotta do is copy the prompts. There's 7 prompts. And prompts are just ways that you ask questions and then fill in the blanks so the program can then start to give you answers about yourself, right? So there's 7 prompts. We're going to look at the PDF. All you got to do is download the PDF. I'm going to give you a free copy because it's going to give you tremendous value. And then if you need help retraining your brain, you can come to one of our One Belief Away hypnotists. Our hypnosis coaches are the best on the planet. They are extraordinary at being able to help you to uncover limiting beliefs and upgrade them like in 20 minutes, right? Lightning quick results. That's why everybody loves what we're doing. That's why we're revolutionizing the therapy industry. These are tools that every psychologist and therapist and social worker should have in their toolbox. And once you understand how powerful our strategies are, you'll be in, right? So we just want to give you a sample of how you can uncover these limiting beliefs. So let's go ahead and take a peek into the Unlocking Potential program that I'm sharing with you for free today. The PDF, you're going to see that you have the title, Unlocking Potential. You'll just scroll through here. Just gives a little bit of overview of what you're going to experience. Then you get to here, and it's how to use the self-limiting beliefs discovery prompts. And so it's a manual. It's going to guide you through a robust self-discovery process designed to uncover the hidden beliefs that might be holding you back from achieving your goals. And then there's a 6-step pathway where you create a quiet space, you work through the prompts, you look for patterns, you summarize your findings, you visualize your new reality, and then you can schedule a free hypnosis consultation where we can take the new beliefs that you want trained into your subconscious mind. And one of our One Belief Away hypnosis coaches will help you to wire your brain for success. And then it talks about how to access ChatGPT for free. And so you go to this link and you click on it. When you click on that link, it's going to help you set up a free account. Now you can pay $20 for an account if you want. It gives you more features. If you're new to this, just do the free account. If you already have an account, you can just go ahead and log in. Once you're logged in, then you can type these questions into the ChatGPT. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. And then, so this just is going to give you information on how to use ChatGPT alongside your prompts so that if you want to get more out of it, you can. Really, this is the part right here that you want to focus on. So once you set up an account and you log in, then you can type a question or a prompt into the chat box. And I've given you the prompts already. But for example, you could say, how do I uncover my self-limiting beliefs? Can you help me reflect on my career challenges? What's a good way to overcome procrastination? Now, ChatGPT will never be able to replace the human relationship, but it can give you a good start. You're going to input the prompts from this guide, And then you can use additional prompts like, I believe I'm not good enough to succeed in my career. Can you help me explore where this belief might come from? And then you can use ChatGPT to brainstorm new beliefs, right? We're going to pull the mental weeds and then we're going to replace them with empowering flowers, right? So, for example, you might type in, how can I reframe the belief that I'm not good enough into something more empowering? So every time I suggest you do something, I will also show you how to do it. Every time I teach or help somebody, it's like a great big how-to manual. And I'm just going to tell you what you should do. I'll show you how to do it and the most effective path for making it happen. Okay? So, and then we get down to the 7 AI prompts for uncovering inner blocks. So we'll just go through those real quick. So basically what you do is you just copy this. You just copy this, right? And then hit Command C or right click depending on what you're using and copy this. Okay, so we're going to copy that prompt and then we're going to go over to ChatGPT. I already have it open, and then we're going to just basically paste this in here. All right, the way that this is recording, you'll only be able to see half of it, but that's okay. It says, please help me uncover any unconscious self-limiting beliefs holding me back, and then provide suggestions for alternative empowering beliefs and how I can begin to believe more in these new ideas. Here is a description of what I'm going through, how I'm feeling stuck, what I'm afraid of, and what I want to have happen. And then that's where you fill in the blanks, okay? Because this thing isn't a psychic, and I don't believe much in psychics anyway. So this is where you have to tell them, this is what I'm going through. This is my intimate struggle, right? This is how I'm feeling stuck. This is what I'm afraid might happen. This is what I want to have happen. And then you just share as little or as much detail as you want, and then hit enter. And in about 5 seconds, you will get a pretty amazing response from this. All right, so you just hit enter, and then all of a sudden it just creates an answer for you. And then it might ask you another question to elaborate. Would you like me to elaborate further, right? Or if you're not clear on what something is, or you don't feel like that's specifically what's going on for you, then you just tell it like you're talking to a friend. You just type it in. Well, I don't think this part of, can you revise this part of it? Or, well, this is what I meant about this situation. And then you just kind of, type it in and keep having a conversation until you feel like you are where you need to be. And then you go to step 2, okay? So this step encourages deeper introspection by exploring patterns, past experiences, or reoccurring thoughts that may not have been fully uncovered yet. Okay, so we would go ahead and copy this one, do the same thing, go back over here to ChatGPT, and then put in the new one. So this is the recurring pattern or challenge I have noticed in my life, relationships, or career, or business that holds me back, even when I try to change them. Please help me identify the potential self-limiting beliefs driving these patterns and suggest alternative perspectives or empowering beliefs that align with my desired outcomes. Also guide me on embracing these new beliefs to shift these patterns, and then describe the recurring patterns or challenges or bad habits that you keep experiencing, and then hit the enter button, and then it will start to give you feedback. Once you've done that, then you come back to step 3. We're just cruising along now. Okay, so now we're going to explore some of the emotional triggers, some of your buttons that keep getting pushed. These situations, people, or events trigger strong and negative emotions or self-doubt in me. Please help me uncover what these reactions reveal about my underlying beliefs and suggest empowering alternatives I can adopt to respond more positively. And then you add the triggering situations, people, or events. Here, what's pushing your buttons, right? So the more you're sharing, and with this program, it's keeping track of all your previous answers. So it's building upon everything else that you have been going back and forth with, which is pretty extraordinary. And so you can continue this conversation and just keep going deeper and deeper and understanding what might be pushing your buttons so that we can change that. Awareness is the first step. And if you can shift some of your buttons by understanding, oh, that person's not trying to hurt my feelings. That person is just trying to express how they're feeling. They're not telling you that they're wrong. They're just saying that, or that you're wrong. They're just telling you how they're experiencing it from their viewpoint of the world. And so that sometimes can help people shift right then and there. Other times it doesn't, and we need to go in there and unhook those buttons, right? So they can't push your buttons if you don't have the buttons to begin with. And our One Belief Way hypnotists are trained to get rid of those buttons. Then we want to examine your self-talk, right? What you say to yourself all day long. Most people are not aware of their self-talk. I mean, I listen to people all the time, and I point out the words they're using, the phrases they're using, the way they're talking to themselves. You know, people are a lot of times are always focused on what they don't want and what they want to get away from. And if that's all you talk about, then you're going to end up having more of that. It's like telling the GPS in your phone, do not take me to the post office. Getting directions to the post office, right? Your mind works the same way. So we got to make you aware of that. So here are the most common thoughts or phrases I say to myself when feeling stuck, frustrated, or not good enough. Please help me identify where these negative thoughts come from and what the new beliefs and affirmations should be that will lead to greater happiness and joy. And then you add the most common negative thoughts and phrases. Like in business, a lot of people are walking around telling themselves, or even moms will walk around telling themselves, I never have enough time. I can't get it all done. You know, there's just never enough time. And then that pressure, that overwhelm is being driven by the fear that something bad's going to happen, or that it's not going to work out, or we're going to miss out, or we're going to experience pain, or it's reinforcing that deep belief that I'm not good enough to get it all done, or even I'm not worthy of having the results that I want, which is all baloney. That's all false. You know, false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. So we've got to shift that. All right, so this will help you do that. We have step number 5. This is understanding avoidance patterns. So you will see I've taken this much deeper than the average person would, but that's why I got 30 years of experience of coaching people. I've done over 16,000 sessions, and so I know exactly what to look for and how to help people create a shift. But most people don't have those tools, and so this will give you a great start into understanding what you can do to create a huge breakthrough in your life, this week. So maybe even today. So here's a description of the goals, conversations, or decisions that I have been avoiding. Please help me identify the unconscious beliefs that might drive this avoidance, explain how my brain attempts to protect me, and suggest new ways to shift my mindset so I can face these challenges with courage. And then provide your description here. Okay? And so you'll go ahead and do that. Then you go to the next one. Based on the above analysis, because now you have given so much information. The program's been tracking all of it. So based on the above analysis, what assumptions do I tend to make about myself, others, or the world that might hold me back? That is really revealing. Please help me identify these assumptions, challenge their validity, and replace them with empowering beliefs that align with my goals and values. Right? So this is really powerful because not only are we asking the program to help you become aware of your blind spots, but then we're going to challenge the validity, right? We need to create doubt in something that you believe with certainty is true. A belief is an idea that has been reinforced or that you accept as truth when those beliefs are false. Like brilliant scientists a couple hundred years ago used to believe that the Earth was the center of the universe and all the planets and everything revolved around the Earth, not the sun, right? And you could be put to death or put in jail, if you challenge some of those ideas. In the 1700s, over 30,000 people were put to death because they were convicted of being werewolves. So, there's a lot of intelligent people that have really lousy ideas that they feel are true that are not. And so we have to get rid of those beliefs that are holding you back. And sometimes we don't know what they are. And so you can't solve a problem if you don't even know what the problem is. So this tool will help you start to find those problems. And then most likely you're going to need somebody to help you to retrain your brain. But this will give you a huge step forward. And then finally, we get to the last step. So we'll just go ahead and highlight this. based on the above analysis, summarize new beliefs I want my One Belief Way hypnotist to help me cultivate and corresponding habits I wish to develop so I can reach my full potential. And this summarizes everything into like a one-page document that you can then share with your One Belief Way coach, which will give you a significant head start. Now, your coach is going to take you through all these steps anyway, but this is a fantastic tool that you can use on your own. I don't know of any other tool like this. I know that it would be nicer if these prompts could have just appeared naturally in a program. The tech isn't there quite yet for that, but you can do a little copy and paste, right? That's easy. That's easy. If you tell yourself it's easy. If you tell yourself how hard this is, well, that'll be your experience. So choose wisely. And then you have that. And then if you have any questions, I mean, you don't have to come to us, if you're not interested in the best, fastest results. But you could, if you're in therapy and you want to summarize this and bring it to your therapist, it'll probably blow their mind. They're like, where'd you get this? This is amazing. Bring them all the answers that you got in your summary. And then they'll probably be asking you if you could share this with them as well, because it's a pretty amazing tool based on the artificial intelligence technology that is changing the world as we speak. So if you have any questions, please reach out, and I hope you enjoyed.